Let's turn to Gaza now. Israel is ready for the next stage of its war there, and possibly the deadliest stage, an assault on Rafah. All the indications are there. Benjamin Netanyahu's spokesperson says the invasion is moving ahead. Israel's army is planning to deploy 2 reserve brigades in Gaza, sort of like a backup. We're talking about 6,000 to 10,000 soldiers. They've also set up tents near Rafah. The plan is to evacuate refugees from the city, put them in these tents, and then begin the assault. Now take a look at these pictures. They cover places near Khan Yunis and Rafah. The first picture is from April 7th. The second picture is from April 23rd. Now look at all the new tents that have been pitched. The idea is to put up refugees in these tents, but even then, it would be a deadly operation. Let's pull up the map now. Rafah is located in southern Gaza. More than 1 million people live there. Most of them are refugees. And if Israel attacks, they have nowhere to go. To the north is Israel's army. To the south is Egypt. So many experts worry that the invasion could be a bloodbath, which is why everyone opposes it. The US has refused to support this operation, but they seem helpless to stop it.
The President has spoken to it, and we've had very detailed discussions with the Israelis as recently as last week by secure video to talk through not just our concerns, but our view that there is a different way to go about dealing with the Hamas threat in Rafah and succeeding in ensuring the long-term defense and security of Israel.
Egypt has a lot at stake here. If fighting breaks out, Gazans will flee south, and south of Rafah is Egypt. So Cairo is worried about a spillover, and they have warned Israel against attacking Rafah, even hinted at suspending their peace deal. And this is very important. Israel and Egypt signed a treaty back in 1979, and Egypt became the first Arab nation to recognize Israel, 1979. It also agreed to demilitarize the Sinai peninsula. And this was a big deal for Israel. Since Sinai had no soldiers, Israel could focus elsewhere, like on the Hezbollah in the north, or the West Bank, or on Iran, because they knew that their southern flank was safe. But now Egypt is having second thoughts. Some officials say Cairo could suspend the peace agreement, meaning Egypt could remilitarize Sinai, and Israel is worried about this. Reports say top Israeli officials visited Cairo on Wednesday. They discussed the Rafah plan with Egypt. Apparently, the invasion will be slow and gradual. Israel may not go in all guns blazing. Instead, they will go neighborhood by neighborhood. But remember, we're talking about war here. Even the best of plans may not work out. So Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is taking a big risk. The US does not want him to invade. Egypt does not want him to invade. Yet he is going ahead. The question is why? Israel says Rafah is home to 6 Hamas battalions. That's 6,000 fighters. So Netanyahu says we have to enter Rafah. We have to defeat these Hamas fighters. If not, Hamas will regroup. Well, that's the military argument. The political argument is to stay in power. Israel's so-called slow invasion could take months. First, you have to set up refugee camps, then you have to evacuate people, and finally you have to move in. And all of this could take a long time. Which also means that Netanyahu will not have to step down. It means more pain for people in Rafah. On Wednesday night, there was another airstrike. It killed 6 people and injured several more.
Look at what the Israelis did to us. They destroyed our homes, they destroyed us. We can't get out. They say they want to enter Rafah. Where do they want to take us? Where?
These airstrikes are like warning shots. Israel is basically telling the people it's time to leave. Leave the city before the assault begins. But evacuations will not prevent bloodshed. If Israel is right, there are 6,000 Hamas fighters in Rafah. They will not surrender without a fight. And who will be caught in the middle? The people, the refugees in Rafah. So the military consequences would be huge. And the political ones could be even bigger. If there is a massacre in Rafah, global sentiment will harden, the kid gloves may disappear, even countries on the fence may criticize Israel. Plus, it could endanger years of diplomatic hard work. The peace deal between Israel and Egypt has survived a lot. 2 intifadas, wars with Lebanon, and the Arab Spring. They survived all of it, but Netanyahu's Rafah invasion could unravel it. And with it, hopes of Arab-Israeli peace.